Hello everyone, playing a little bit of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Before we get started, I'd just like to state I started up a Subscribe Star account as DSR Verulven Pack, in case you're interested in helping a small creator out. Subscribe Star will get special streams uploaded just to it. For those of you who are interested, I have a BitChute account under the same name as my Subscribe Star account, so DSR Verulven Pack. At my BitChute account, I will be uploading my IRL tabletop and walk and talk videos only. Although on my YouTube account, which is DSR, I will upload gameplay videos, including this one, as well as the tabletop and walk and talk IRL videos. There will also be streams uploaded to YouTube every Saturday. Alrighty then. Thank you for your time. Like, share, and subscribe. And win or lose, let's get on with it, shall we? Full disclosure, the story sent to me to read as I play, I have no means of confirming. However, the individuals who have sent them believe adamantly that they are indeed true, and they are sharing their experiences with me. These stories can be shared in the comments section if you happen to have one, or on my Subscribe Star, which I will give priority to for those of you who are interested. These are scary stories and gameplay. Title: Never Hunt in the Valley. The individual who told me this story did so in person and has asked to remain anonymous. So, out of respect for the individual, I cannot give you their name. Me and my family have lived here for generations, ever since my forefathers came over and immigrated to the United States. They settled down in the area along with a number of others. There's a couple of small towns, one on either side of the valley. There's a road that runs straight through it, a number of different trails and such, and generally is accepted as long as you stick to the trails you'll be fine. However, locals generally recommend that no one go off the trails, especially at night, and hunting is largely off limits on the land available. A lot of the land is either owned by the towns or by the various people who do live in and around the valley, of which there is a few, including my family, who live just on the outskirts. It's generally accepted that every night, everyone locks their doors, and anyone who is capable and or is willing is armed even at night. The individuals who we receive, usually paranormal hunters and the like, tend to stop by every now and again, knocking on people's doors looking for interviews. Generally speaking, we don't get too many though, as we've done well to generally keep it a secret on what lives out here. To be honest, we don't know what it is, and many just chalk it up to an urban legend. But even the skeptics around here know not to go off the beaten trails, and also know not to go out at night. Less to do with the stories and more just people recognizing that the woods can be dangerous. However, a few years back, a group of paranormal investigators looking for the creature that tends to live out here, according to stories passed down through the various families, They wanted someone to take them out as a guide, just to show them around the valley, and to give whatever story they could on their own experiences. Not everyone had experiences with said creature. However, we did our best to describe it. It had particularly long limbs, ending in claw-like nails on the feet and hands. It looked borderline emaciated and had a head similar to that of a deer. This, along with teeth that were quite different from that of the average deer, as they looked like they belonged in the mouth of a large predatory animal. I'm not sure what people outside our community would call it. Generally, I hear the term Wendigo dropped every now and again. However, we just simply don't talk about it. Out of sight, out of mind. And if you don't hear about it, it's quite less concerning. They offered us cash after our story was done to take them out, as no one was willing to go that far, willing to share their experience, but not take themselves out there, especially at night, as they wanted to set their equipment up and try to track it in the middle of the evening, as it most came out at night. So to take precautions as we were taking them out, I brought my bolt gun and 375 H&H, and my younger brother brought a 12-gauge pump gun with double-aught buck. The stories from our parents and grandparents were a mix of being twice the size of a moose to slightly larger than a human when it came to the creature. So I did not particularly feel that we were underprepared. We had something in the worst case scenario and something for the more reasonable size of the creature. So we arrived and began setting up equipment. We split off into one group to head out of camp and the other one to remain. My younger brother stayed with the group at the camp, and I went out with the group to set up equipment in the area to try to figure out where it is. However, it got darker sooner than expected because we weren't paying attention to time. And as we were doubling back, we heard shots fired from the campsite. The camp, as we arrived, was all torn up. However, I did not see very much of any blood, only a slight trail headed back to another brush line. So I called out for my younger brother, who answered and came out of the bush with the group he was with. They explained that the creature had come out of the bushes and seemed rather angry that they were there, and began to approach them in a particularly threatening manner, so they opened fire. Then it just seemingly walked off, seeming unconcerned. So they all ran behind the bush to wait for our return. We returned only to find that the creature was a lot closer than my younger brother believed, because as he finished his story, the creature stepped out from the bushes again, this time rather more agitated than last time, and seemed about ready to charge. So I opened up and put 3 rounds of 375 H&H, which seemed to have quite the effect on the creature in question. It ran off, and by morning we'd all packed up our things and took off for town, agreeing between us not to repeat anything that we saw. Although in recent years we've become more open about it. Alright, thank you for your time. You can leave your stories in the comment section or in my Subscribe Star account, with priority given to the individuals who leave their stories on the Subscribe Star account. Alrighty then, like, share, and subscribe, and see everyone around.